From almost getting shot in front of his family, to having the GOAT's family scared to death. These are the times football players almost got killed. And for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he knows he's one lucky dude because he was a few seconds away from losing everything. In his prime, Aubameyang was one of the best strikers in the world. The dude could hit goals from any angle, right foot, left foot, headers, even the weird ones. Oba was a legend at Arsenal, and for many years the fans and people in general thought he was going to finish his career at the club, especially because he had signed a new 3-year deal a few years back, and even got the captain's armband too. But when Mikel Arteta came along, he didn't think Uba was the right man to lead the Arsenal team, so he started keeping Uba on the bench, leaving him out of the team, and stripping of him of his captaincy. Uba was pissed, and by January 2022, he wanted out. Uba eventually got a loan move to Barcelona, and after impressing so well, Chelsea decided they wanted to cop his signature and make his move a permanent one from Arsenal. He was open to the idea, and after discussing it with his family, they were all excited to be heading back to London to play for Chelsea, when one night, a few days before their departure, something terrible happened that left Uba and his family in danger. Armed robbers broke in. See, unknown to Uba and his family, some masked dudes had been scouting them for weeks to figure out their moves and their apartment. So when they found out Uba would be leaving for Spain, they figured that was the perfect opportunity to attack him. They had him at gunpoint, and it was so terrible, even Uba's kids were shaking because they all thought they were going to die. Uba remembers everything. Some violent cowards broke into our home and threatened my family and my children just to steal some stuff. See guys, even though the odds were against him, there was no way Uba was just going to sit back and watch these dudes come at his family. So he managed to wriggle out and tried to fight, but they outnumbered him. They injured my jaw, but I will recover in no time, and thank God no one else is physically harmed. Ouch! The robbers managed to escape with some valuable stuff, but Uba was still a happy man because he knew he and his family were very lucky to be alive. But at least these guys didn't threaten to mutate Uba in front of his kids like they did to this next dude. Ashley Cole is one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. The man won almost everything at club level, including playing for both Arsenal and Chelsea. In 2020, after retiring, Cole was part of Frank Lampard's coaching staff at Chelsea when he returned home from work one evening on what proved to be the most dangerous night of his life. Some dude had been following Cole for weeks, monitoring the time he went in and came out, and decided to strike that night. He broke into Cole's apartment, and the stuff he told Cole he would do to him if he didn't meet his demands was insane. He asked if I had a safe at home, and threatened to cut off my fingers one by one in front of my daughter. Then he proceeded to tie my hands behind my back, even though I was still trying to hold my daughter. I thought I was going to die. Damn, can't even imagine how scary that must have been for Cole and his kid. Awful stuff. Cole managed to get the police involved, and that's when they realized this dude behind this, Curtis Dilks, was part of a masked gang that went about attacking people all over London, including the wife of Cole's former teammate at the national team, Tom Huddlestone. The dude got sentenced to years behind bars, and hopefully he gets locked away for a long time because threatening a dad in front of his kid is nuts. Man, getting mugged in front of your family is insane, and for João Cancelo, it was almost the end of everything. Back when he was still balling for Man City week in and week out, João Cancelo was unstoppable. The dude was supposed to be a fullback, but his skills were out of this world. João's form was starting to catch the attention of people everywhere, including some bad guys. Now, after spying on João, they noticed that he liked to return home immediately after training sessions to spend time with his family. So one day, after returning home from evening practice, João got a knock on the front door. He was pretty sure he'd locked the place on his way in, and his partner wasn't expecting any guests because it was already getting late. So João was confused about who could be knocking on the door, and even thought his neighbors were playing games with him until he heard a knock again. And as soon as he ran up to the unlocked door, he realized the only game he'd be playing would be life and death. The robbers got in and quickly started demanding João to bring out all of his valuable stuff. João didn't even care about him, man. All he wanted to do was protect his family. And as soon as he heard one of the burglars scruff up his wife, his instincts kicked in and he tried to defend her. And that's when they attacked him. Lucky for João, they were only after his stuff. And after bagging everything up, they ran away. João immediately called his club captain, Fernando, to report the whole situation. And after the news broke out of the burglary, he went straight to social media to calm his fans down. Unfortunately today, I was assaulted by 4 cowards who hurt me and tried to hurt my family. The most important thing for me is my family, and luckily they are all okay. Yes, they were scared, but after the robbers left, I turned the TV back on and we all watched the videos on Mr. Football's channel to calm down, and we started laughing again. That was way too close, man. At least João and his family were okay, and he didn't have to end up in the hospital like Pablo Mari. Back in 2022, after getting his game time reduced at Arsenal, Pablo Mari was on the lookout for a move away from London. He wanted to play more, so Arsenal decided to put him up for the loan at the start of the season. And after assessing all his options, Mari decided that he'd be moving to Italy to join AS Monza. In his first few weeks at his new club, Mari was trying to figure out the place and the new city, so he went shopping one day, and that's when it all happened. See, Mari was shopping with his wife and kid when he noticed a dude acting strange around the corner. That's when he went to go take a closer look and realized this dude was holding a pocket knife. The guy went on a rampage and started killing people. It was brutal. Immediately, Mari noticed that what was going on. He didn't even care about himself. His only thoughts were for his wife and kid. And as he turned back to go get them, everything went dark. The crazy guy slashed Mari in the back of the ribs and he went unconscious. The police came right after, and while they were trying to chase the dude, Mari's wife immediately called an ambulance, and with blood gushing out of Mari's sides, it looked like it was the end, man. Until a miracle happened. The doctors rushed him in and managed to stabilize him and get him conscious again. Mari still remembers the tragic incident like it just happened. I had the trolley with the baby inside. I felt excruciating pain in my back. After that, I saw this man stab a person in the throat in front of me. I'm fine. I'll be back on the field on Monday. But Mari wasn't getting back anytime soon because doctors in Milan had to carry out surgery to reconstruct the two muscles that got sliced in Mari's back. Man, kinda seemed like these bad guys have a thing for footballers. No one's safe. Not even the GOAT. Back in 2021, Lionel Messi was about to make the biggest decision of his life. All through his career, he had only played for Barcelona, and he became the GOAT there. He won multiple trophies, including 6 Ballon d'Ors during his time in Spain. But something crazy was going on behind the scenes that would change everything. Barcelona had an economic meltdown, and as a result, they had to let Messi leave on a free. PSG immediately snapped at him, and because of how fast the deal was, Messi and his family didn't have enough time to pick out a perfect location to call home, so they decided to stay in the fancy Royal Monaco Hotel in Paris until they found a crib. And because the hotel managers knew Leo would be staying there, they doubled up security and turned the place into a fortress. But you see guys, an experienced gang in the city of Paris had been laying low for a while, and with Messi making all the buzz around the city, they decided he was going to be their next target, and that's when they hatched a plan to take out the GOAT. They already picked a date, and that evening they entered through an unlocked balcony door after scaling the outside of the building through the roof, and they were in. They went from door to door robbing people, stealing jewelry watches and expensive bags, and when they finally got to Messi's room, they broke in, but that's when they realized they'd made a big mistake. Turns out they didn't calculate the dates well, because Messi and his family were out at the Parc des Princes at the Champions League game against Man City. So they ended up stealing some of Messi and his wife's precious stuff and carted them away. When Messi got back, he was surprised to see his room a mess and some of his stuff missing, so he asked around, and when the management informed him about the robbery, Messi was just grateful he and his family weren't around at the time, or it could have been different. And he was probably still happy he had some of his pretty expensive stuff locked away in a secret location too. Now, there's a ton of stuff I bet you didn't know Messi owns that costs more than your life. Just click the next video.